Yarrney.
Hello, welcome to Yarrney. In this tutorial, you will learn how to make this 3D letter P. It's very easy and suitable for beginners. So the materials you will need for this project are, of course, yarn. I'm using this Big Twist Posh yarn in the bulky number 5 weight. You can definitely use the different weight yarn. It's just going to yield in a bigger size project if you're using a bigger yarn, or a smaller project if you're using smaller yarn. Otherwise, you will need a crochet hook. I'm using a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook that goes with the yarn. If you're using a different yarn, just use a different size hook. Some scissors to cut your yarn needle just to sew in the tail ends, and then of course some fiber fill or yarn scrap just to fill your project to get the 3D effect here. And then in terms of stitches, you will need to know are basically the slip knot and chain, then the single crochet, the increase technique, and the decrease technique. So if you're unfamiliar with any of these stitches and techniques, we do have very slow and detailed tutorial on the Yarrney channel you can watch. Otherwise, I will make sure to go slow at least once in this tutorial so you can follow along. In order to do the 3D letter P, we will crochet 2 of these flat P's, and then we will stuff the middle with fiber fill or yarn scrap, and then we will merge the 2 pieces together with single crochet all around the outside of the letter P. All right, let's get started. So as a starting point, we will do a slip knot and chain foundation. To do the slip knot, you take the tail end of your yarn, you wrap it around your index finger, you bring it on top of your working yarn. So the working yarn is the side that's attached to your ball of yarn. Then you take the working yarn, you wrap it around your index finger again, and then you have 2 loops on your finger here. You take the back loop forward, and then you have your slip knot. So take your crochet hook, you insert it in the loop, tighten it, and you can start with the chains. So chains, you basically wrap the yarn around your hook, and then you pull it through the loop on the hook here. So we will do a total of 9 chains. So just like this is 1 chain, and then we do 8 more. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So now that we have the foundation chain, we will start building row number 1 to 12. So row number 1 to 12 is going to be the exact same thing that we're going to do on repeat. So for row 1, basically we start from the second chain from the hook, and we're inserting 1 single crochet in each stitch. You should have 8 single crochet in each row from 1 to 12. So the loop on the hook here does not count as a chain. The first chain from the hook is this first V formation that you see here, and then the second chain from the hook is the next V formation here. So insert your hook in that V formation, then pull the yarn back through the chain. Then you have 2 loops on your hook. Wrap the yarn around your hook, you pull it through both loops. So this is a single crochet. So we basically do 7 more single crochet. So we just did 1. We do 7 more for row 1. So this is 2. Then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So that's basically row number 1. So in between each row until row 12, you want to chain 1, turn your project around because we want to work from the right to the left. So then now from row 2 to 12, exactly the same thing. 1 single crochet in each stitch for 8 single crochet in each row. So you insert your hook under the first stitch, do your single crochet. So you have 1, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So this is row number 2. So don't forget to chain 1, turn your project around, and just keep adding 1 single crochet in each stitch all the way until you reach row 12. So basically we already did 2 rows. You have 10 more rows to do. So go ahead and do that, and I will meet you at the end of row 12. So I just reached the end of my row number 12 here. So for row 13, of course, we would chain 1 in between row 12 and 13, turn our project around. So we're still going to do 8 single crochet, but then we're going to do 10 chains as well. So let's do our first 8 single crochet first. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So after we've done these 8 single crochet, we're going to go ahead and just continue doing 10 chains. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So now we're basically just turning the project because we're going to work on row 14. So row 14, starting from the second chain from the hook, we will do 1 single crochet in each chain and stitch, going all the way back. So then we will have a total of 17 single crochet. So remember, the loop on the hook does not count as a chain. The first V formation after the hook here is your first chain. So we're starting from the second chain from the hook. So insert your hook in the second chain here, and then we will start our row of single crochet with a 17 in total. So I have 1. So start with 1 single crochet in each chain, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8. So you're still working on the chains here. And then lastly 9 here. And then the next 8 single crochet, we're working them on this solid portion here. So this is my 10th single crochet of the row. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. So now we will chain 1, turn our project around for our next row. So this one here, we will do 16 single crochet, and then at the end, for the last stitch, we will do an increase. So 16 single crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. So you will have 1 stitch that is not worked on. So this last stitch of the row here, we will basically do an increase. So an increase is basically inserting 2 single crochet in the exact same stitch. So in this last stitch, we insert 2 single crochet. So I'm inserting my first one, and then I'm inserting a second one in the exact same stitch. Now this row is done. Moving on to the next. So you will chain 1, turn your project around, and this first stitch here, we will start with an increase. So already we insert 2 single crochet in this first stitch here. So 1 and 2. And then you have 17 single crochet left to work on, and the 17 single crochet will be 1 single crochet in each stitch. for the rest of the row. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. Now we chain 1, turn our project around. So now we will basically do 18 single crochet, 1 in each stitch, and at the last stitch of the row we will do an increase. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And then you have 1 stitch not worked on here for the row. We will insert an increase, so 2 single crochet in this exact same stitch here. So 1 and then 2. Now chain 1, then we turn our project around, and again, so we will start with this first stitch as an increase, so 2 single crochet in this first stitch here. So 1 and 2, and then for the remaining 19 stitches of the row we will do 1 single crochet in each stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. So this is basically row number 18 completed. Now we will chain 1, turn our project around. So this is row 18. So for row 19, we will do 8 single crochet in the row. So row 19, 8 single crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and you stop here. So this is row 19. So, and then for row 20 all the way to 23, we're just going to do 8 single crochet in each row. So chain 1, turn our project around. So go ahead and do 8 single crochet in each row for row 20, 21, 22, and 23. Don't forget to chain 1 in between each row and turn your project around. So I'll just meet you here at the end of row 23. So I just completed my last stitch of row 23. Once you've done that, just go ahead and cut your yarn, and then you can pull onto it with your hook so that it secures. And this is basically one part of the P. So if I show you the letter P here, we're basically completed this portion here, and then we're basically going to work our way from here all the way to the end. So to start our second part here, we will turn this P like this so that this portion, middle portion here, is facing the left. And from the left portion here, you will start to count 9 stitches. So one stitch is a V formation. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Insert your hook under the 9th stitch. And then I will just hook the yarn and pull it through the stitch. And then just use your fingers to stabilize the yarn and do your tension. And then the first stitch that we're going to do in this row is going to be a decrease. So a decrease is basically merging 2 stitches together. So the first 2 stitches, we will merge them together. To do that, you insert your hook under the next stitch, pull the yarn back through the stitch, and then you insert your hook in the second stitch, and then you pull the yarn back. So now you have 3 loops on your hook. So you wrap the yarn on your hook, and then you pull it through all 3 loops. So this is your decrease stitch, merging 2 stitches into 1. And then basically for the rest of the row here, for the 6 next stitches, it's going to be 1 single crochet in each stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So this is the row completed. You will chain 1, turn our project around. Now the first stitch of this next row here is going to be an increase. So 2 single crochet in this first stitch here. So 1 and 2. Then we will do 4 single crochet. So 1 single crochet in each stitch in the next 4 stitches. So I have 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the last stitch, we're going to do a decrease. So we merge the 2 stitches together. Insert your hook under the next stitch, pull the yarn back, insert your hook in the following stitch, pull the yarn back, and wrap the yarn around your hook, pull it through all 3 loops. So this is this row completed. Chain 1, turn your project around. So now we're going, the next 2 rows, we're doing 7 single crochet, 1 in each stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then you chain 1, turn the project around, and again 7 single crochet, 1 in each stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now we chain 1, turn our project around. First stitch of this next row here is going to be an increase. So 2 single crochet in this first stitch. So 1 and 2. Then we will do 4 single crochet, 1 in each stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4. The last stitch, you will have 2 remaining. We will do a decrease, merging the last 2 together. So 1 and 2 here, merging both of them together. Now we will chain 1, turn our project around. So we will do 6 single crochet. So one in each stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So now you'll notice that you have basically one last stitch that is not worked on. So you will do an increase stitch. So insert 2 single crochet in this last stitch. So 1 and 2. And now we're at a point where we're going to do some chains in order to join this right portion to the left portion here. So we will just do 5 chains. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we're basically at the other end here, and we're just going to do 8 single crochet in this left portion here to join the two parts. So do 1 single crochet in each stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now we will chain 1, turn our project around. So this next row here, we're basically doing 1 single crochet in each stitch, except the last 2 stitch, we will merge them together with a decrease. So let's do 1 single crochet in each stitch until we reach the last 2 stitch of the row. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now you're working on the chains here. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. And then you're back to the harder portion here. So 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. So after your 19 single crochet, you should have 2 stitches left here that are not worked on. So these 2, we will do a decrease stitch, merging the 2 together. So this row is completed. We will chain 1, and then turn our project around, and then the first stitch here, the first 2 stitch, we will do a decrease. So merge the first 2 stitch together, and 2. And then for the next 18 stitch, we will do 1 single crochet in each stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18 here. Now we will chain 1, turn our project around. So we will move on to 17 single crochet, 1 in each stitch, and then the last 2 we will do a decrease. 17 single crochet, 1 in each stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So this last 2 stitch here, we will do a decrease to merge the 2 stitch together. Then chain 1, turn our project around. So we will start with a decrease as the first stitch here, so merging the 2 stitch together. So 1 and 2. And then the last 16 stitch of the row, we will simply do 1 single crochet in each stitch here. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. So chain 1, turn our project around. We only have 2 rows left. So now we will do 15 single crochet, and the last 2 stitch we will do a decrease. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15 here, and then the last 2 stitch we do a decrease, merging the last 2 stitch together here. Then we will chain 1, turn our project around, and we're basically at the last row here, and the first stitch will be a decrease, so we're merging the first 2 stitch together here. As you can see, the decrease makes a nice round effect for the P. So the last 14 stitch of this row here, we will just do 1 single crochet in each stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and lastly the 14 stitch, the last for the project here. and this P here is basically completed. So now if this is the first P that you have completed, the first flat P that you have completed, you will need to make a second one. So then to do that, you can cut your yarn and then do a second one exactly like this. But if this is your second P that you're doing, please do not cut the yarn, because we will use this continuation of yarn to do single crochet all around the P to merge the two pieces together. And I have 2P here. They're different colors because I kind of run out of this bright red, so that's not an issue. I will just join the 2Ps together still, and then we will have a 3D letter P. So basically, in order to join the 2Ps, you need to make sure that they're one on top of each other, fully aligned, and then it might be easier to put the one with the yarn continuation on top. So once it's fully aligned, what you're going to do is just do single crochet all around the outside of the project. So basically you insert your hook in the next stitch on both ends, so the first piece and then the second piece, and then you just do your single crochet. So just single crochet all around here. Just like this, and it will merge the two pieces together. And when you reach the corners, for example here, I like to do 2 single crochet in the same stitch in the corner, so that will make the corner a little sharper when you turn around in from one side to the other. So go ahead and do that and single crochet all around, and then don't forget to add fiber fill or yarn scrap in the middle while you shut the piece so that you have the 3D effect. And then I will meet you back to do the middle piece here as well. So what I meant when I said I wanted to add 2 stitch in the corner here is basically I'm arriving at one corner, so I'll insert my first single crochet in the corner, and then I'm inserting a second single crochet in this exact corner here. So by adding more stitch in the corner, it will make the corners sharper, and it also naturally brings our project to the other side. And then you just continue with 1 single crochet in each stitch. Also, if you have pieces of yarn that are coming out like this, just bring them inside the project as you do your single crochet to hide them inside the project. When you went all the way around and you've arrived back at the starting point, we will finish it with a slip stitch. So insert your hook in the last stitch, pull the yarn through the stitch and through the loop on the hook here to secure the last stitch, and then you can cut your yarn. So for the middle hole here, it might be a little more difficult because we have stuffed our inside with fiber fill or yarn scrap. So you can basically start anywhere. So if you start at the corner, for example, just insert your hook from one corner here, reaching to the other side, make sure it's aligned like this, and then just hook onto your yarn like this, and then you just pull the yarn through all the way here, and then use your fingers to hold onto your yarn with tension, and then you just continue with single crochet. Make sure the stuffing is not in the way. Use your fingers to hold your project together, and then insert your hook in the next stitch from both sides like this, and then you just pull the yarn through. So you have 2 loops on your hook, and then you just kind of use your finger to guide your working yarn here to do your single crochet like this. And then you just continue basically all the way around to shut the project. So this will require a bit of patience because it's not as straightforward as just doing the outside edges. So go ahead and do single crochet on the inside, and I will meet you once we've gone through all around. And don't forget to stuff your project if it's not fully stuffed yet. So once you have completed the middle portion here, we can just cut the yarn and again pull through. And then we can just weave the ends of these tails inside the project to kind of finish the project here. You can also hide the yarn inside the project. Just cut the yarn and then do the same thing with any other pieces of yarn that are kind of floating around. So this is how you do a 3D letter P. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you soon for another video. Thank you so much for watching.